Blueface went online and made this wild allegation that went viral that said that you and Offset had slept together behind Cardi's back. You haven't talked about it. Cardi hasn't talked about it.
She responded and said she didn't know if it was true or not, and she said that's me and him is broken up. That's
Right.
what she said.
Right.
Let's revisit one of the most awkward rumors from the past year. It was the kind of story that caused a stir on social media. When December comes around, Blueface shows up out of the blue. He said that Chrisean Rock and Offset had been having an affair. At the time, everyone rolled their eyes. Blueface was being himself, messy as usual, and showing off his baby mom in public because that's what he does best. But here's the twist. What people rejected as clout chasing might have had a little more validity than they were prepared to. Admit.
You guys didn't know this, like, Hispanics are just way more popping. Like, Cardi B, Chrisean, come on. And then you was a home wrecker, so it's like, you try to home wreck Cardi B shit because you want to be like her. So it's like, what did you say? You left your earring or your ring on purpose so Cardi could see it? Oh yeah, that's when I went all out. That's when I was like, we committing adultery now? Oh girl, that's not God. That's how I knew how to cut people off.
There are now rumors that Chrisean has started to open up as time has gone on. The alleged cause makes this much more juicy. Reprisal, retribution against Cardi B in addition to reprisal against Offset. As you can see, when Janet, one of Chrisean's former best friends, went live and presented tea that she said came straight from Chrisean's mouth, the first smoke appeared. Chrisean allegedly boasted about dating Offset, according to her. In addition, he and Cardi share a residence. Additionally, according to Janet, Chrisean deliberately left her jewelry there so Cardi would find it and lose her mind. If that's true, it wasn't just a fling. It was a carefully thought-out move. The calling card of a house wrecker is left at a crime scene as evidence. Because the internet is the internet, people were pulled to Janet right away. She was described as jealous of Chrisean's fame, clinging, and bitter.
I've been single for a minute now, but I have been afraid to, like, not afraid, I just don't know how, like, to tell the world. But I feel like today has been like a sign. Like, the last time I got on live, I kind of wanted you guys to tell you. I kind of wanted to tell you guys, but I didn't know how to tell you. So I was like, I changed my mind. But it has been like this for a minute now, and I just took it as a sign. So I wanna start 2024 like fresh, open. I don't know, I'm curious for a new life, for a new beginning. And yeah, I'm excited.
Some claim that she was only trying to connect her name to Cardi B's drama. But before the dust could settle, Blueface himself stepped in with a scathing tweet. "Don't think Chrisean's loyal just because she tattooed his face on hers," he said in essence. That identical girl had been in Offset's bed just a few weeks before, he said. He specifically stated that he was tired of men ogling him as they were assaulting her. You shouldn't tweet that kind of thing unless you're in a downward spiral or about to do something. Chrisean, of course, had no intention of letting that tale go unchecked. In her online retaliation, she denied the accusations while also altering the situation. In her attack, she accused Blueface of pursuing Inel Choa's baby mother and even disclosed his alleged porn searches. She claims that rather than out of spite, she covered up his tattoo on her body because she didn't want to go around with a burning ninja around her neck. The way she stated it, Blueface wasn't outing her. He was snapping because she knew too much about him. But Blueface took the initiative. He claimed to be speaking the truth and even gave a specific time and date, saying that on November 10th at 4 a.m. he hooked up with Offset at Card's house in Los Angeles. At that sort of oddly specific detail, you pause. Either he was making this whole thing up or he had been close enough to the situation to have receipts. After he stated that, the internet did what it always does. It was like gospel accompanying the activity. Offset was obviously unable to keep quiet. His marriage to Cardi had already been through enough public upheavals, and this story added fuel to the flames. He went online, flatly denied everything, and said he had never even touched or spoken to Chrisean. This is real talk, man. To put an end to the whole show, he wrote, "You need help," but Blueface was far from done. He fired back with one last shot. If you're saddened by the reality, interview
That's one for your ops. Yeah, of course, because you don't move with integrity. You're not a street. That's what you do. That's what you do. Oh, I'm gonna go for your ops. Good, boo. I don't give a fuck. You can fuck my ops, you fuck my friends, nigga. I don't give a shit. You're a lame to me, and you will never equate to me. And it's crazy that I even let you even play with me for such a long time, because you're not even a real right to me. I make you look good. You. Look at the jumping. I don't care. Look at the fucking. I'm a fool your ups. Matter of fact, oh look at this. I don't want to see it. So what? You was gonna come anyways. All you gotta do is get me drunk, and I'm gonna throw you that pussy for 2,000. You gotta survive out here. Bitches gotta survive out here, nigga. Oh, now I'm with them. Now I'm with this. Okay, you could do that. You was gonna do it regardless. You go to a club and you probably get drunk. You give them 2,000. You was gonna them regardless. Them gotta survive. These hungry out here.
you are ashamed of your life. Then he added the line that was later included in gossip legend. I promise not to lie to my D. If I hit it, I'll confess it. Meanwhile, Cardi B was keeping up with the whole event as it unfolded. And whether she liked it or not, the optics were severe. Astute fans saw shortly after that she had unfollowed Offset on Instagram. Then came cryptic posts and obscene comments about being dead weight and single. During a live webcast, she eventually hinted at what many had assumed, that she had been separated from Offset for a while but hadn't said it out loud. She stated the circumstance felt like the universe's way of making her come clean, admitting that she'd been keeping the truth to herself as she thought about how to tell her fans. Now let's connect the dots. The fire is stoked by everyone laughing off Blueface's accusation. The complicated background information that the ex-best friend Janet offered is known as clout chasing. Offset denies everything. Crocious defends himself, and Cardi starts to act like a woman who is already over it. Whether or not the connection actually happened, the aftermath speaks for itself. The relationship between Cardi and Offset seemed to be permanently damaged. While another tabloid damaged Chrisean's reputation, Blueface left with exactly what he wanted: attention. The idea that, should this happen, it wouldn't be scandal for the sake of scandal was the most unexpected turn of events. According to current allegations, Chrisean was motivated by retaliation, more precisely, a personal vengeance against Cardi. And if that's the case, this wasn't just another awkward hip-hop drama. It was sabotage. Not many celebrity scandal articles could meet all the messy requirements. Betrayal, retaliation, industrial competition, leaked receipts, and the slow dissolution of a famous marriage. However, this article about Offset reportedly having an affair with Chrisean Rock included all of that and more. Just when folks believed the drama was over, new information, leaks, and Whack 100's mouth have pushed the entire affair back into the spotlight. Let's begin at the very beginning, because this was more than simply a rumor. Whack 100 began with an enigmatic message, as he never met a pot he didn't stir. "You don't know the difference between a shack and a castle," he stated in a satirical tweet aimed at Offset. To put it another way, Cardi B was the castle. Con Rock was the name of the shack. Additionally, Offset appeared incapable of telling the difference between the two. Later, Whack admitted that the long, convoluted statement had nothing to do with the material he was awaiting. He claims that Offset's marriage may have been ruined by some information. Whack says he actually spared Offset by keeping the publicity from happening. He said that Cardi's family called him directly and pleaded with him to ignore it. He further mentioned a phone call he received from a man named Mir Damo, who pleaded with Whack to bury the receipts out of respect for Cardi, and it seemed for a moment that he might have. But one thing about Whack 100 is that he usually waits for the right time to bury something and then brings it back up in the messiest way possible. Things got heated when Blueface decided he could stand no more silence. He began a full-scale smear campaign accusing her of having an affair with Offset and posting pictures, texts, receipts, and whatever else he could discover to back up his allegations. He was already furious with Chrisean for publicly embarrassing him. According to Blue, the hookup happened the night of French Montana's birthday party, and both she and Offset were there. Interview 1020.
What I said about Offset was mad about his wife, sent them threats. That's why. So you know, we had somebody just tap on his shoulder and let him know he's touchable. So you know, we're not worried about Offset no more. That's why. That's why Wack posted what he posted. Yeah. Yeah, alright. I'm the big bad wolf, schoolyard crip. Yeah, the homies. Welcome to the circus, kid. That's why.
Blueface declared that she had left the event with Offset and that he had proof of their conversations. Offset's phone then started ringing, but it wasn't Cardi or his group. Instead, it was Wack 100 who accused him of being in a panic and held him accountable for Blueface's posts. Offset reportedly informed Wack that he wanted the stunt to stop immediately since it was destroying his marriage and involving Cardi in the situation. Wack claims that he cautioned Blueface that it wasn't bro code to reveal someone else's intimate details in this manner. But Blue's response was cold. If he wants to be a part of the circus, he is. The worst is on the horizon. In this case, Cardi B wasn't a defenseless bystander. In one instance, she helped Blueface's career by including him on the Fiona remix, which boosted his profile at the height of his fame. Seeing Blueface turn around and criticize her marriage in front of millions of people was almost Shakespearean. When Cardi, of all people, aided him, he was setting a match under her personal life. It keeps bringing up the French Montana party link. According to sources, Chrisean and Offset were seen leaving together. Images allegedly attend the same after party with them. And there were still rumors about what happened next. The accusations were enough to upend Cardi and Offset's already precarious marriage, even if there was never any formal confirmation at the time. Soon after, Cardi filed for divorce. Could this be a coincidence? Others don't. Blueface, on the other hand, wasn't content with the online turmoil subsiding. He started making outright threats against Offset, saying he would humiliate him. Offset boasted that he could have someone publicly tap his shoulder to tell him that he wasn't untouchable. To show that Blue was more than just a Twitter chatterbox, the chilly flex was performed. He was ready to pull strings in real life. On his end, Offset denied everything. He told people that Blueface was crazy and promised not to talk to or even touch Chrisean again. But the more he denied, the louder the internet laughed. Because this is the ugly truth about rumors about celebrities. Once the story has taken root, denial sounds more like damage control than the truth. The situation was exacerbated by Chrisean's silence. She never explicitly denied it. She responded against Blueface for a number of reasons, such as trying to spy on NLE Choa's baby mama, clowning his masculinity, and dragging him for his search history. But in situations like this, silence is always more powerful than words, and the Offset hookup was no different. The mess has come back to haunt us in the present. According to reports, Chrisean privately admitted to the hookup and said she did it as retaliation. Get even with Cardi B, of all people. That piece is truly impossible for anyone to place together. She wanted to destroy her marriage, but what specifically had Cardi done to her? Did Cardi privately harass her? Did she reject her in a professional context? Nobody is certain, but retaliation is the new fuel on this trash fire. Let's take a moment to think about the bigger picture, since this is about more than just Offset and Chrisean. It was about devotion, betrayal, and how fragile Cardi and Offset's relationship was. Throughout their marriage, they had previously experienced public divorces, infidelity scandals, and constant rumors. Cardi had consistently stood by Offset despite online calls for her to leave. However, everyone has a breaking point. And when the Chrisean story started to spread, Cardi's quick attempts to separate herself were noticed by fans. She went live and acknowledged that she had been done for a while but wasn't sure how to say it after unfollowing him and tweeting ambiguous statements about being single. The scandal was the last nail in the coffin. In contrast, Blueface fully embraced the chaos. He ridiculed Offset, supported the blogs, and took advantage of the incident to get more fame. He considered dragging Offset to be a corporate issue rather than a private one. Every time his name gained popularity alongside Cardi B and Offset, his brand profited. And he admitted that he was going to take Offset to the circus. He did not believe that Brood had been betrayed. It was fun. Next came Wack 100, who continued to fan the flames whenever he could. During his conversation with Vlad, he didn't mince words when he revealed that he had information about Offset but chose to keep it to himself out of consideration for Cardi. He claimed that Offset called him quickly in an effort to place the nuclear blame for the altercation on Wack rather than Blueface. But he was merely guilty of speaking the truth, Wack said. Offset's inability to respect a queen like one was his problem. Choice. Rock knew exactly what blue was, saying, and similar statements were common in comment sections. Another commenter said, Offset clapped Blueface's girl's cheeks, and it came out as revenge. Logic is crazy. 2024, perhaps the most incriminating statement is that Chrisean has never denied it. Offset has. That has.